Do you like my haircut?
I love it.
Yeah. Gonna ask me who did it?
Would you like me to?
Sure.
Who did your haircut? It looks so nice.
Stacy's mom.
Stacy's mom? She's got it going on.
We should tell people that's a good what do we call that?
Segue?
Those are fun.
I was going to say, I didn't know if you wanted me to do like the things you ride around downtown with.
Well, we're doing MILF Mondays.
Oh, yeah. I love MILFs.
MILF Mondays, especially.
Right. Only when we're talking about movies I'll love forever, though.
That's right.
Yeah.
But today we're going to talk about Shazam because it is Titanium Tuesday.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. Wait. I don't know Shazam's theme song. You inspired me.
Yeah, I tend to do that.
I've started watching Smallville, but that's going to be a tangent
Really?
we probably shouldn't be getting onto
let's
right
not
now.
go down there.
Wait, I do
okay,
have a connection because Lex Luthor, the dad in Smallville, is played by the same guy who plays the dad of the bad guy in this film.
Oh, okay.
I think it's the same guy.
Ask me if I care.
Well, I don't think I should.
No, you shouldn't. But
All
you
right.
can.
What do you think?
Maybe I won't watch it. There's actually, there's so much content. Thank you for watching our content or listening to it. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
And, people have a choice. There's just millions of choices.
Yeah, there is.
And I think I'd be like addicted to some of these shows on TV.
Yep.
And quite frankly, some of the storylines, they drag out too long for me. I like movies where they condense them and stuff, generally speaking.
Yeah.
But so that some of that kind of stuff that just is like rubs me the wrong way.
Absolutely.
Because of just the way my mind works.
Yeah.
And I get like certain TV shows. Have you ever seen Battlestar Galactica?
No.
So like the second time I watched that,
Yeah.
years and years later, I binged the heck out of it.
Okay.
Like, that's kind of how I am.
Yeah.
Like, I want to get to the end.
You're a modern man.
Right.
We like binging.
So, anyway, Shazam, one of the things that I need to say about this that I was really disappointed in the way they wrote this is they take this street-smart, streetwise kid.
Yeah.
And they turn him into this doofus of a
When he's an
grown-up.
adult, yeah.
I'm like, I don't get that.
No. There is a disconnect between when he's a kid and when he's an adult.
And I understand that the adult needs to act a little bit more like the 15-year-old kid.
It made more sense with Darla's character.
Right, for
Yeah.
sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I guess, I don't know. It was just that was... And I noticed it the first time. It's a fun movie.
Yeah, it is. I love Zachary Levi.
Yeah, Zachary Levi does a great job. They have a lot of fun, things that they do in here. It's a good origin story.
It kind of reminds me of like the Spider-Man films with like the new ones with I can never remember his name.
Can we talk about Shazam, please?
Yeah, we can. But the parallels to me are the same of like
I know, I'm teasing
it's a standalone film, but it likes making fun of the other things that are within the universe.
Yeah.
Which is super fun.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. The wizard.
Onesie.
We're not going to try to say his name because we all know how I am with trying to pronounce names.
Yeah, anytime you go from a D to a J,
I'm not
it's
super great at it.
It's not English.
It's just not.
No.
So he's remarkable. I like him.
He was such a fun character.
Yeah. From way back, I mean, he's just, for the last 20 years or whatever, he just does a lot of really cool stuff. So
yeah, he does.
They had a nice cast in here. The kids were good. Cooper Andrews, who plays the foster dad.
Yep. He was super fun. Like the mom and dad characters were just a blast to watch.
Yeah, absolutely.
The jokes about making like I don't want say you're allergic to something, otherwise you're going to have to deal with the wife cooking.
Right. The other, there's some things that I don't know. I guess Forget it. I'm not going to talk about it.
Out of my mind.
I'm just not going to talk about it because it's a little negative, and I don't know why I'm feeling like I need to talk about that. But,
you know what's interesting?
Yeah.
That like this Shazam used to be known as Captain Marvel, and then they changed the name to Shazam because of like kind of like so there was a difference between kind of like the Marvel and because obviously there's Captain Marvel now and that series and Shazam.
Well, sure, but wasn't Captain Marvel like from way back in the comics?
Yeah, but Captain Marvel's character from DC transitioned to Shazam from what I understand.
Oh,
which is really interesting because Captain Marvel used to be more of a DC property.
Did you make that up on the way here?
No, I thought I looked it up somewhere.
I'm just kidding.
You can Wikipedia it. The people of the internet know.
Yeah, of course.
And can make it up.
Right. Wikipedia
mostly because I edited it like 5 minutes ago. Just kidding.
Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly right. What else you got, man? You're a DC guy.
I am a DC guy. And this one, and what I enjoy about this film is it's lighthearted, which DC typically doesn't do.
Right.
But it's also still has its dark moments. Like the guy getting chucked out the window, the thing going into his eye, like that was pretty intense. Telling little kids that they're not worthy.
Yeah.
Like again, like these are the things I really enjoy that they go into in these type of films.
Yeah, and that actually brings up a good point. This is something that's that's real.
Yeah.
Like, right? I mean, there's things that I'm not worthy to do. I'm not,
Yeah.
And so that's very realistic. That's a great point because I did like how realistic a lot of different things were. Like, that's real life, man.
And a little kid learned, like, just gaining powers out of nowhere.
Right.
And him dealing with, like, I don't really want to use it for good. Like, I'm in a foster care. I want to earn money, so I'm just going to use my powers for fun.
Broke my whole life.
That's right. Mm-hmm. So that was super cool. I like the references to even, like, Rocky of, like, oh, I can see why Rocky wanted to climb up these stairs. Like, there's so many.
I had to, like, work out to. Right. I know it. That was funny.
So this movie, to me, again, there were so many, like, small references, but to other films, the only time that you ever see those they did the Superman thing at the end, which, again, was awkward. It sounded like they tried really hard to get Henry Cavill to be in as Superman, but it was just a no-go, which is probably why you only see the head and below. But still super cool.
Yeah.
And didn't expect it when the movie came out. And granted, I mean, anyone that's watched Man of Steel or Batman vs. Superman, you know that's not the same character.
Yeah.
But they were trying to emulate it.
Yeah. Why do you think he didn't do it?
Well, and that's how. This is going to go into a negative spiral of DC in general of just getting this was 2019. Yep.
Yeah.
Henry
released.
Because was that after Batman vs. Superman? I can't fully remember. I think it is.
Oh, yeah. It would have been after that, I think.
So Henry Cavill really wasn't even signed up to do Superman stuff after that, which is probably why they weren't able to connect him in.
Sure.
But
yeah, budget of about $100 million on this one. $367.8 million. It says it did in the box office.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was worth it.
Yeah, it was.
I don't know.
I like the Christmas themes.
Yeah.
It's an awkward Christmas movie. It's kind of like Die Hard of like, would you consider it a Christmas movie?
Right.
I absolutely do because I love seeing Santa lay out F-bombs.
Right.
And stuff like that. Like, oh, Santa's here to protect me. And then the guy flies, the bad guy goes through the ceiling, and then Santa's like, I'm out of here.
Right.
Like,
I know.
Pushes the kid away.
Runs.
It's like, I'm done.
I know. That's good. That's good. I'm not sure how smart it was on my part to do Shazam and then Shazam Fury of the Gods all together here.
Right.
Because it's a little bit difficult to separate the two.
Right.
And so I'm like, this one obviously set up for a sequel.
Yep.
Like they all do.
Right.
But did anybody really want a sequel?
For this?
Yeah.
I was down for a sequel.
Okay.
I didn't like the only concern.
So at the end of this, you were like, I would love to have a sequel.
I love Zachary Levi as a character, and so that's
I agree with that.
A lot of the main reason I was like,
Sure.
I want to see this continue on. Yeah. I would love to, because again, when we talk about the second film, it does, again, a good job of mentioning other characters and randomly putting them in. And stuff like that. So when I got to the end of it, I was like, yeah, I'm down for it. The only concern I had was, like, how are they going to now deal with the group dynamics of everyone having the powers? Because those type of films always get kind of messy.
Yeah.
So
exactly, and especially when they're all acting like a bunch of kids.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. I was expecting a sequel. I was excited about a sequel because I really enjoyed this film, and was intrigued to see how it would do again.
Yeah, and this was the a good introduction to this character, I guess. And it did very well. I think there's a lot of reasons why it did very well. I think timing of it all, spring of 2019.
Yeah. It was right. I remember when this came out because I think it was right before Endgame.
Right.
Because I remember thinking about that.
Yes.
Where DC was smart because they did it beginning of April, and then Endgame was end of April. And I was like,
yep.
If you would have done it in May, this movie would have been screwed.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. 100%. It's a wrap.
That's a wrap. Titanium.
A titanium wrap.
Oh, yeah. It's not a wrap. It's just titanium.
Or LegitQ at Maddie's music
mix.
Music.
Are you playing a
Why
Tyler?
are you singing?
Well, I love singing. We haven't reviewed a musical in a long time. I have to get it out somewhere.
Is that what
That's
you're
right.
trying to do?
It's being pent up.
Or you could do LegitQ at Maddie's movie mix.
Way not to pull a Tyler that time.
.com.
Thank you, guys.
Hammer the share button. Go ahead and hammer out a comment to us. Go ahead and hammer the like button. Go ahead and hammer the subscription button. Go ahead and hammer the notification bells, because you know what? That's the best way you can support us. We appreciate it.
Life's too short to be uncomfortable, so make others uncomfortable and wear something from www.shinybrandproducts.com.